I really don't see a darn thing here. And it's kind of, it's one of those things, it looks like a very, very small, nothing of an injury, right?
But don't you see his head go against
Yes.
the visor and
Yes.
it digs right
Yes,
in?
that little bit where he just gets that little head knock, right? I don't know what that is. However, I know what he did. He tore his labrum. No, I think the biggest thing is having grit, working hard, and continually educating yourself. I never was the best student, but I just continue to work. Those small things that help build, and then reflecting back on where you've been, what you've done, and how you're going about your business. I think those are the biggest keys to being successful and continuing on.
What are one or two of the things that you remember as a student that probably helped you or benefited you in your career?
Really, there are a lot of them. One, Dr. Gorzalska. I don't know if she'd remember, but I was ready to give up. I was being stressed out and ready to give up science altogether. And I was in her chemistry class, and she called me at my dorm, which was crazy. But she just cared, and she said, "Brett, you can't quit." And that meant so much, just that someone was looking out for me. Dr. Michael Parker in PT school, the exact same thing. When I was going through a rough time at home, he saw it, and he was the first one to see it. And he took me aside and said, "Brett, what's going on? And let's talk about it." I think those are amazing things. Rachel, with the athletic training department, took me in and helped me out, and as well as the whole athletic training department, took care of me when I was in need of something, or when I thought I needed something. But really have really shaped my whole existence. So it's the first thing you do when a player tells you you have a cramp. They have a cramp. Oh. He stretched it out. And this is where we have to make clinical judgments right now. Is that the best thing for them? Maybe. But let's assess it first. Let's run through our checks and measures before we try to stretch this out. And you know what it taught me? Because I would have done the exact same thing. My player tells me he has a cramp. Guess what? I think he does. They're always wrong. Not always wrong. They're wrong. Just do your assessment first. Well, childhood goal, I wanted to play, right? No, I think I honestly didn't know it was a possibility. I didn't know how people did that. And I just kept talking to people. I truly think about divine intervention, and something was helping me out. Because when I talked to somebody, somehow, some way down the road, it helped me. I didn't know it was going to help me, but it just seemed to. So honestly, I didn't know I was going to be where I am. I wanted to be the rehab guy. And somehow I just kept moving. What's our thought process? We're running out on the field. We have a little ways, right? But we're running out on that field.
Lower extremity injury.
Absolutely, 100%. When I start my day at noon for a 7 o'clock game, I'm there for the player. And from noon or 1 o'clock when they get there to when they get ready for the game, that's their time to improve themselves. And my belief is if I'm going to be a professional and be the best at what I do, or what I can do, I have to do the same thing. So when I finish a game, I start working on my craft. I go do the research. I read. When our season is over, that's when I work on trying to figure out what did I do wrong, the reflections, the how could we do this better. It's a non-stop process. I truly believe that those guys are professionals in what they do. I have to do the same thing. You know what? I've had a great time. I had such a good time at Mary that I ended up, I think I was 6 years or something like that. But I truly loved coming to Mary, and this was a great opportunity for me. I really enjoyed coming back, talking to the students, and hope that they get something out of it. Is really what I care about. What if this is a dislocated knee?
But as athletic trainers, we can technically help relocate the knee because it's.
Do you want to?
Never.
I wouldn't.
You never want to ever
Well,
relocate anything.
That particular injury, I wouldn't relocate. In all honesty, there is too much that can go wrong.